fortress is located on Golija Borovets Peak, between the villages of Razliv and Praveška Lakavica. The fortress wall encloses an area of 5,300 kilometers. The hill dominates the surrounding area and makes the fortress difficult to access on all sides and provides its natural protection. The fortress is densely built up with building with one and several rooms, most on 2 floors, 2 entrances, a street, a strong fortress wall, and an iron processing furnace. A Thracian settlement from the late 5th and 4th century, there is on the ridge of the hill. The fortress is built in the middle and second half of the 3rd century as a refuge in case of danger. In the 4th and 5th century, it became a permanent center of residence with the function of a fortified settlement. Numerous objects, ceramic vessels, jewelry, coins, characteristic of people's life in antiquity are found. The Borovets fortress is densely built with residential buildings located along the forest wall at a distance inwards from it and in the central part. The features of the terrain are used to the maximum and the rocks are skillfully included in the construction. The buildings are built solidly with walls of rubble and hewn stones on a mud solder, joined with an aim to form regular rows and filling of smaller stones with mud. Only one building was built with mortar. It probably has representative administrative function or its culting in nature. Each of the buildings is independent. They are not located in a chain plan and do not have a common wall between them, as is the case with other fortresses. As a rule, the buildings are one piece with a rectangular plan. They had a ground floor, a basement, and a second floor for living. 2 of the buildings have more than one room. 2 entrances to the fortress were discovered from the C and I and N and I. The C and I entrance is flanked by asymmetrically placed massive walls and remains of a tower. The N and I entrance is arched with polygonal stone building located symmetrically. The stone with an opening for the door is preserved. The finds testify to the practice of a number of crafts and activities: spinning and weaving, hunting and fishing. The ancient inhabitants were farmers, shared grains of spelt, wheat, barley, millet, rye, as well as tools of labor. Pigs, hoes, axes, cycles, and scythes were found. They were also cattle breeders. They looked after cattle, sheep, goats, pigs, horses, and dogs. They also processed hides. Ceramic production was developed. Inside the buildings, a large amount of ceramics from everyday vessels was found. There were also jewelries, a bronze scale, and parts of 2 more were discovered. The cleared forge furnace testifies to the practice of metalworking crafts related to the processing of iron and the production of iron tools. Large pieces of slag were found inside and around the furnace, resulting from iron forging rather than iron mining. Skillful construction is evidence of the presence of master masons and stone masons. By implementing the activities under project number 135,000 under the Interreg Cross-Border Cooperation Program IP Bulgaria-Serbia 2014 to 2020, the Borovet Ancient and Late Ancient Fortress near the town of Pravets, Republic of Bulgaria, was renovated. Exhibits of cultural and documentary exhibition. Sorilica Cultural Center. Archival documents, photos, books, maps, brochures. Items related to a particular person or age. Newspapers, magazines, icons, furniture, drawings, and contemporary installations by artists. exhibition was on the territory of the municipality of Solovica. An art exhibition was realized in the Solovica Cultural Center by the Studio of War Memorial on the territory of the municipality of Solovica. Cardboards representing the identity card of the memorial were made. Review and available documents contain the name, addresses, location, description of the monument and current condition, situationally plan, drawings, photogrammetric model and photographs. Certain locations also contain proposals for landscaping and the condition of war memorials.